What is up, YouTube? That's here. Today we are back doing more Patreon team fixing for VGC 2023 Series 2. This team was submitted by Chris Corrigan. You can actually check out their submission on the official March VGC team fixing submission post. This is up right now on Patreon. We're fixing every single team that gets submitted this month. I promise we're going to get to it. Even the lowest tier, even the $2 tier. I will look at your team, I will use your team in games, and I will give you guys the best possible feedback I can to help everyone get their teams the best they can, the most polished they can going into Series 3. Let's check out the submission for this team. This is done by, I think Chris, right? Chris Corrigan. This is the team that actually we fought against in the Patreon tournament that got that triple protect with Annihilate, and I love how in-depth they were with their submission. I love it. Each one of these Pokemon, their role is explained. They said exactly what they are struggling with, exactly what their goals are with the team, and I'm going to do my absolute best after I play a few games to potentially tweak some of the EV spreads and make it function as best it possibly can. I said I really do like this team a lot, and it was a pleasure to play against it in the tournament. So I'm super excited to actually use it for myself. One thing I really like about this team, if we move my webcam and stop blocking everything, is how it has an EQ discharge flare to everything. It's Ground Terra Annihilate with EQ. It's Kilowatt with big discharge. It's Booster Energy into Defense Iron Treads with more EQ discharge. It's Ground Terra Tinkaton, and I really like this Tinkaton set because it's Ground Terra, so you compare it with the discharge, but then also it just slaps hands. I'm sure it does with that big Ground Terra Terra Blast. It's good versus King Gambit. It's good versus Arcanine. This Tinkaton is the total package. So hopefully we get some big wins with this team, and hopefully I can help them make this team just a little bit better. So wish me luck. We're gonna hop right into some games, and hopefully we just destroy the ranked ladder. Here we go. All right, looking at this first game, they have an Iron Thorns as well as an Iron Bundle and a Great Tusk. Great Tusk Talonflame seems really, really good, so we're gonna want to trade Tailwinds with them the best that we can. We can always fake out their teammate. What I like to do in this situation is if you need Tailwind and you know they're gonna get it, there's no reason to try and stop them from getting Tailwind. You just want to let them have it. We want to go Kilowatt, and I think we want to go Tinkaton. What we're going to do is we're going to fake out their teammate, get up our Tailwind, and then be fine. I kind of want to bring the Treads here. What's the exact moveset on Treads? Our Treads moveset is Protect, Ice Spinner, Body Press, Earthquake. Not bad. It's not. I'm just going to bring it. That's sick. And then for the last Mon here, is it weird that I like Pult? I'm looking at the Pult moveset on the pace that they gave me. Dragon Arts, Phantom Force, Sucker Punch, U-Turn. There's some value there. I don't think you bring the Ape, and the Mouse has Protect, Beat Up, Super Fan. I don't think you bring that either. So I'm going to bring Pult in the back. And I'm a big fan of Pult in the back on a team like this. Let's lock it up, ready to go. Screens might be a little bit dicey for a team like this, but I think we have the right tools to be able to deal with it, especially if we can get up a Wind Power boost to our Discharge. That'd be a lot of damage, even if they want to lead Grim. If they want to lead Grim, I think that's fine. I don't really have that big of a deal with Grim. I'm looking at the team they sent in. I think we're going to be all right. Well, let's see what they got. All right, so we see Talonflame runs exactly that we kind of thought. And again, we just want to let their Talonflame do whatever they want. I want to take a look at some of our EVs. We have Electric Terra on our Kilowatt, right? Cool, just making sure. So yeah, we'll get up our Tailwind. We'll allow them to get up their own Tailwind. We're also going to be fake out in that Grim. And we're going to be Terrastalizing Ground next turn, probably, and going for a big Discharge. We could even go, Discharge this turn. But I don't think we have to. We can just go for a fake out. And then the plan would be to also think about maybe going for a Ground Terra Blast in one of the slots, expecting them to do something weird. But I think this is fine. This just lets us get our Tailwind up, which should just be good. I want to see if they go for a Wisp into our Tinkaton as well. We also want to see when they flinch on the Grim to see if they were trying to do something. It looks like they were trying to do something right there. They could have been trying to fake out. Actually, they were trying to... they were trying to fake out. It was a +2 or 3 priority move because it would have went after the Talonflame if they were just setting a screen. So they did have fake out Grim there. They did have fake out Grim. And at this point, we should have a charge up. Wind Power. So we can just go for we can go for an absolutely massive Discharge here. This is the turn to do it. I think Discharge is good here. I think resetting this fake out is also very nice. So I'm actually just going to swap in the Iron Treads and go for a Discharge. because I want to be able to reset this fake out for later. Yes, we might be switching it on a Wisp, but I think that's should be fine. What Terra do we have on this thing, just in case? Fire Terra! Yo, if they miss this Wisp, next turn we're popping off. And we got that big Quark Drive booster energy. What are we boosting to? Defense. Okay. I already know some ways we can optimize the EV spreads here. Who are they terastallizing and why? Ground Terra Talonflame? That's disgusting. Fire Terra. Oh god, they woke up and chose the violence, huh? They woke up and chose so much violence. That's not gonna do anything. we got a defense boost, boys. Light screen's fine. Let's see if we get any paras. We do outspeed some of these guys, potentially. But we do not outspeed their Talonflame with our Kilowatt. Unlucky. Who are they going after? That slot. They do not get the KO. That's what we like to see. Any burns? Looks like 10% of the chance. No burn. Big damage here. Big damage. Any paras? No paras. Unlucky. Alright, I think in this scenario, though, we just go discharge again. And I think you just protect here. For sure. Might have to fodder this thing next turn. They can go for a Flare Blitz into our Kilowatt. I don't think that that would be the end of the world. Yeah, they got to keep that slot honest. And let's see what the Grim's doing. The Grim's actually attacking this turn, so the Grim can get fully paralyzed. Discharge up. Wait, another thing you want to do is on your Tailwind setters, it's always a really, really good idea to have Protect on your Tailwind setters, because, like, realistically, we're going to get their Tailwind set off the board. We get them Protect next turn, wait out the last turn of our Tailwind, and then re-Tailwind. It'd be so nice. So Talonflame going down. That's their Terramon down and their Tailwind setter. We're in a pretty good spot here. Survey says Spirit Break. Dude, what if I was competitive, bro? I mean, you know that I'm not, but it's fine. That should be okay. So we still have one more turn of being a bully. I think what we're going to do is, since they're probably going to be protecting, we're probably going to swap out one of our Mons for Tinkaton to bait the Protect, and the next turn they protect me on cooldown so we can go for a Fake Out. Okay. That's unique. That is unique. Let's just Thunderbolt this guy, and I will try that switch into the Tinkaton. Also, just to reset. It sucks we're losing our booster boost, but I think that's fine. Shouldn't be that big a deal. I wanted to attack, but like there has to be some. Why would you send this out? You know what I mean? Like why? So let's see. Reflex completely okay. And Survey says T-Bolt. Hopefully this gets the KO. That doesn't do anything after that Spirit Break. Never lucky. That's okay though. Tinkaton got him for free. They have Spirit Break on the Grim that we know about, right? And all these screens. Tailwind Peters out. It would have been nice if we could have reapplied that with Protect, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm going to U-turn here. So U-turn into the Grim, fake out the Iron Hands, and then like a Protect, pivot back into pull to reset, fake out, pin on the last Mon. Should be good to go. Cool. This hopefully takes out the Grim. We got Life Orb pull. Life Orb pull? Yeah. We could also like weave in Phantom Forces and stuff like that too. So go for the U-turn here. Note that we still haven't had to Terastallize. Like we're still fine. Hopefully that's not like Covert Cloak, but I think that they're probably... And they're Rock Slide. I don't know what item they would be. We're going to find out. They can't Terastallize Ghost though, so we're fine. They could swap, but take this damage, break potential Sash. We have to KO Grim here. Awesome. Yeah, I knew we were going to. Awesome, yo, Pulp busted. Infiltrator! Oh, we're Infiltrator! I forgot we're Infiltrator Pulp! The one time that's ever gonna be good. That's funny. I completely forgot that we were Infiltrator Pulp. Yo, busted. Alright, let's see it. What is coming out here? Let's see, we killed Talonflame, killed Grim. Screen still have some turns on them. Sylveon, dude, Pulp can tear that thing apart. This thing's good for Sylveon. And they still have a lot of screens left. Those are probably light clay screens too. So like Pulp's gonna have to come in hot at the end. I think we just nuke the Sylveon. But I also don't think there's anything really wrong with like EQ here. What type are you? Sorry. What type is this thing? Rock Electric. That's EQ City, baby. Let's go. EQDs, and I love that you're running Protect Tinkaton. That's so good. I love this. Let's do it. We might even outspeed this. We might outspeed this Iron Thorns here with this EQ. Let's go. EQ, EQ, baby. Popping it off. No protect Sylveon to bait out the Gigaton Hammer. That's surprising. Let's go. Oh, that's so much damage. I love it. Hyper Voice is completely fine. If Great Tusk is able to outspeed... Sorry, Iron Treads, not Great Tusk. Is able to outspeed these things. Let's see if you're Rock Sliding. Throat Spray there. Alright, so I just want to check my speed stats. 155. Alright, so Tinkaton's faster than this thing is anyway. So, like, we should be fine just to lock that slot. Yeah, it makes sense to have a Reflect. So, what we're going to do is we're going to Gigaton Hammer, take out the Sylveon, and go for... Oh, they don't even take it out, bro. That was a crit, dude! We're so good. Alright. So, we got to go... Do we EQ here again? Or should we just Protect and Hammer? I don't think there's a problem with that. This probably still takes out Sylveon. But let's flare up just a little bit more damage. Do we want to do that? Body Press probably takes that thing out. And let's just Gigaton Hammer. Seems fine with me. Gigaton some of these. Quick Attack. Yo, good play. Good play from our opponent. They are still going to be eating the hammer, though. The big hammer. Here we go. Tinkaton on top. Oh my goodness. Yo, nice Reflect, bro. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. And Tinkaton's just chilling. Where even is Tinkaton? Thunder Punch. We hold. And we got Pult in the back. Oh my gosh. Infiltrator Pult. I'm not gonna lie, we will be changing this, but it's cool that it's working. You're like, oh yeah, what's your counter to screens? It's like, what screens, bro? I ain't seen no screens. I ain't never even heard of them, bro. Dude, I'm gonna do it. Let's pop off all the way to the bank. Ground Terra Tinkaton. I'm taking a sip of my beverage and just get this big win. Just to flex, the Ground Terra Tinkaton. This team slaps, by the way. I think there's some slight adjustments we can make. Very slight adjustments. But this team is good. I can't believe I even beat this team in the Patreon tournament. Like, and they got a triple protect. I have no business beating a team this good. But we'll be taking those wins in the first game. That's what we like to see. Okay. A little bit of Sandy Shocks. Great Tusk, though. This is a game that we can definitely bring some more Ground Terra Mons. Just gotta watch out for that Abomasnow. Let's see. Against Abomasnow, what do we want to do? We outspeed basically all those things. We gotta watch out for like the Blizzard spam, right? That's the thing we really have to watch out for. And I think a better way to do it, like I think it'd be nice to want to fake out, but they're gonna go Ghost Terra. I wonder if Pult has enough damage to Oko. Good question, right? Pult probably doesn't have much damage to Oko with Sucker Punch. Probably does not. Tinkaton is probably our best option in that situation then. I think this same weed is good. Wind Power is different than Wind Rider. Yeah, Wind Power is different from Wind Rider. We have Wind Rider, so we will actually take the Blizzard. I don't want to take the Blizzard, but it's okay. And I wish we had Helping Hand in this Mousehold. I think Helping Hand, Sucker Punch, Life Orb might take out one of those mons, like the bundle, for example, if we force them to Ghost Terra, but there'd be nothing to force them to Ghost Terra, really. Like, Mousehold's good, but it's not that good. So we'll see how this one goes. This team's a little bit weird. I think Hail's a very underrated core right now. I think Hail's very good. More people should use it. It's a good, like, middle-of-the-pack team that can get you pretty high on the ladder. Because Abomasnow, just in general, is great, and it enables Bundle to do good. Like, that's a win-win in most situations. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Sandy Shocks and Fluttermane. Yo, no Hail. Alright, so because we see these, I don't know if we're going to see the bundle, especially if we see any sort of mons that have a booster here. There's the booster. This is probably not going to be booster on that bundle. I mean, it can't be, right? So it means they have to be Sash bundle, which means there's probably Clay on the Abomasnow, which means I don't think they have it. I was not paying attention to what boost they actually went into. That's fine. That means they probably have, like, Dragonite and Tusk in the back. Let's think about... Oh, not run. I can win this one. Nothing worth switching in. Do we actually just turn one and done? No, I'm just going to drop a Protect. Just a casual Protect and try and get a Tailwind up. I'm thinking about Terastallizing, but, like... If I were to Terastallize, I wouldn't take as much damage from an Electric Attack. I'll try the Tailwind. Let's see what happens. If I can get this Tailwind up, I can probably win this game. Okay. I don't think that Flutter has the damage to just roll us. Are we sashing? We are, so we're good, we're good. We're safe. Safe! Sash, boys! Let's go. Okay. There's the Tailwind. Now we gotta play this real cute like. Again, this is where if you had that protect, it'd be clean. Alright, so let's think about this. We're speedy, but how speedy? We got a full speed Tinkaton. I'm gonna pop off with it. They're gonna protect that Flutter main to stop us from going Gigaton Hammer. We're not gonna take the bait and we're just gonna nuke this thing. And we're gonna discharge in case they try and pivot in with anything weird. Or if they just leave the Flutter main in, they're gonna take that big damage. I think they might actually be choiced on Flutter, but we'll see. They should just switch it out or protect it. They should. They definitely should. Show me protect. That's me terastallizing. Okay, okay. Dude, we got this. We got this. There's no way they're not protecting that Flutter. There's no way, bro. No way. Get him, Tinkaton. Pop off. Protect Flutter. Do it. Oh, uh-oh. What terror type could you possibly go? Flying? No way. Grass. The ultimate counter grass! Ah, I went for a ground attack! And an electric attack. All right, I need some full paras. Stat. Discharge. No protect Flutter, bro! Can I get double para, please? That's actually a shit ton of damage. Para on one. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. I'll take the para on one. I would still like this KO, but I don't think they're gonna let me have it. Oof. Oh, I just do shit, bro. And then the Shadow Ball, cool. Now, I think we're like low-key fine here. And I think they did get a speed boost. Yeah, Earth Power's fine. Cool. Now let's think about this. We outspeed their Flutter and can definitely take it out. We just need to send out something that can get rid of that. Yeah, I like this. So we would Gigaton Hammer. We don't even have to Gigaton Hammer that thing, huh? The Flutter. We don't have to. I bet you Terra Blast takes it out. But do you have any flyers? I'm gonna Gigaton Hammer because they don't have anything that's been switching on that really. Because like Abomasnow and Bundle don't want to switch in on that. And I'm gonna U-turn the Sandy Shocks over Dartsing it, because that way I can bring right into the bundle. Sorry, the treads and just have that amazing pin. I love this for us. They're trying to wait out our Tailwind, but I think we're fine. Withdraw Flutter main. Yo, that's what we want to see. If you go Dragonite here, this breaks your multi-scale too. Oh, and we're going right into that treads, which has Ice Spinner. Yes. Just go away. That thing goes away. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, they thought we were going to Terra Blast the Flutter, I think, and we just played around it. It's going really well. It's going pretty well. Alright, and we come in here. Ice Spinner probably takes out that Dragonite after we break multi-scale, so like next turn we can just go into the Flutter and go into the Dragonite. This Iron Tread still has some investment in attack, right? It still has 52 points, 112 base. I think we take out the Dragonite depending on how bulky they are. Gigaton! Dude, it's hammer time. Ooh, that was an inner focus, not multi-scale. Dude, he's gone. That guy's gone. Dude, this Tinkaton, though. Dude, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Grey Tusk versus Iron Treads. Yo, okay. 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 Ground fighting. They might be potentially scared if we have Plera, but we don't. They know we have Protect. They don't know that we have Fake Out. So I kind of want to reset that, but I don't think we really have the resources. I think I'm just going to Terra Blast it to break Sash and Ice Spinner the Dragonite. There's a better play here, and it's just to Protect to stop E-Speed. You Protect, stop E-Speed. You want to E-Speed my Iron Treads. Be my guest, be my guest. The Dragonite to the test. Just stop the E-Speed, you're fine. You could have also switched in Pulp, but I don't want Pulp to take any damage from Great Tusk. They go for EQ. There's the E-Speed block. Yo, I'm so freaking good at this game. I'm so good at this game. Awesome. That thing's down. And now if they want to EQ continuously, we didn't need it. They have to hit their Flutter main. So like next turn, I wouldn't be surprised if Flutter main, they go for like a Protect EQ again. Yeah. So this is going to do some, but we have a defense boost on our treads. How is Iron Treads this good and people don't use it? I don't get it. That's still a lot of damage. Okay, when Peter's out. Okay, so Pult would outspeed their Flutter. Alright, alright. This is going to be a dicey one here. Pult can KO that Flutter with a Sucker Punch whenever I feel like it, if I ever have to. Just throwing that out there. I'm just like, I wonder what we need to do with this spot. I think the right play might be to Gigaton Hammer the Tusk. And Protect. I think this is a little bit too passive, but I think it's probably correct. Because I would like to see them go all in onto the tread slot, trying to get it off the board, maybe like Headlong Rush, stuff like Shadow Ball into it. And I don't know if they can do that into the... You see, they're going into it. I don't know if we outspeed their Tusk, but if they want to Headlong Rush into my Tinkaton as well, that just... Oh, we outspeed. That's great. That's great. That's so much damage in that slot. And especially if they Headlong Rush, this is perfect. Nice. 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 So let's see. Sucker Punch would KO that thing. Sucker Punch would KO that Flutter. You can't darts it. I mean, we could always go darts into double tapping into the Great Tusk. That'd probably get the KO. If they protected Great Tusk, we would lose. No, that still might be a win. So we go darts. And I think Ice Spinner would get that KO on Flutter. It's dicey. Let's see it. Oh, this is so bad for me, bro. Ah, that might lose me the game. Ah, that probably just lost me the game. I should have just Sucker Punched the Flutter. But if you protected Flutter and Earthquake here, that was such a good play for you. You know? And I couldn't go Phantom Force, right? I couldn't go Phantom Force because you would just double into my treads. Hopefully this gets the KO. Yeah, it's going to be game probably. I'm trying to think of a situation where this gets me anything, and it doesn't. You just go Shadow Ball and win the game out of that. Oh, man, we were so close, man! I don't think I did anything wrong. I think that, like, realistically, we played that about as good as you could play, and there was just a 50-50 in the last turn. If I would have Sucker Punched that Flutter, and they didn't attack, I would have lost. Like, if they would just protected the Flutter one turn and went Headlong Rush into Pult, that game was over. So I think I had to do it just like that. Talonflame Palafin. I wonder if they think they can bring Palafin versus this. It's not really a good mon here. I kind of like the treads too. You just go Fire Terror and block the Wisp. I kind of like that a lot, actually. As long as we can still seal up Garchomp. Garchomp's going to be harder to deal with than we want, so we have to go Pult at some point too. So there's nothing really wrong with, like... There's nothing wrong with Kilowatt treads here. And then I'd go Pult and I'd go Tinkaton. Just because, like, T-Tar gets big messed up by Tinkaton in the back. Let's try this. It's weird that I'm not going Mouse Ape. I think Mouse Ape is, like, so standard. Like, everyone knows how Mouse Ape works, especially the person that submitted the team. I don't think they need any help with Mouse Ape. It's basically just Mouse Ape things. They don't have bulk up either, so it's like... Or they don't, and they also don't have any Intimidators on this team, on the opponent's team, so, like, I don't really feel that critiquing their Mouse Ape tech would get us anywhere. So Garchomp, T-Tar, they woke up chose violence today. The treads, dude. The treads. Tread Dead Redemption. Do we have Ice Spinner for the Chomp? We got Body Press for the T-Tar. I'm just going to Body Press the T-Tar. Like, there's no way they're going to go Flying Terra here. Especially because they're staring down a Kilowatt. Like, they're not. I'm going to pop the Tailwind. We're going to lose that slot, most likely. I could always just swap in the Tinkaton, too. Actually, that's not a bad play. You save the Kilowatt till potentially after Sandstorm's gone. Swap in there. Body Press T-Tar. If you go Flying Terra, you're goated. Because like EQ discharge would take out the T-Tar. Maybe not. It might not be a bad play to go Flying Terror here. Might not be. Some people just like be clicking those buttons. It's because they can go Flying Terror, so their Earthquake wouldn't hit their T-Tar too. So like that's gonna go Flying Terror. That's fine. Good play. Good play from our opponent. This is still gonna do a lot of damage, by the way. But I should have just went after the Garchomp slot. Garchomp's the bigger threat here because we can take out that thing with basically anything. We're faster than that Chomp too. We can just do it next turn. EQ, yep. And we're just gonna lose basically everything for this. Ooh, that's banded. Or orbed. Oh, he crit. Ugh! Unlucky. You're just rock sliding? That's fine. We're actually gonna hold there. So we outspeed that Chomp. It's not, it might not be banded, but it's not scarfed. It's some sort of like damage multiplier, I think. I wonder how much damage Thunderbolt even does to that thing. The T-Tar, I mean. I know it sounds weird. I'm gonna discharge because I want pair on T-Tar because we can't KO. And I want to see how much damage Ice Spinner does to this Garchomp. It's looking like a really, really bulky Chomp. Pivot out the T-Tar, nice. So something's gonna be taking this big discharge damage. Rotom taking discharge, okay. Not bad. Man, we take those free damage. And this is gonna break our Sash, which kind of sucks, but should be fine. Just gotta take out this Garchomp. Please go away. It holds. Unluck. Oh, they Dragon Claw. That's weird. So they're gonna leave up our treads. They're gonna leave up our boy out here. Alright, so let's think. It's these two plus T-Tar. And we have just Pulp basically in the back. This is where Protects would be clean if we could get them. Are we really gonna Hurricane a Chomp and a Sandstorm? I'm not a fan of that. This is such a bad play. We have to assume they're gonna play defensively. I hate this. It's fine. It's alright. It's all we have to do. We have to assume they're gonna play a little bit defensively this turn, or maybe like Wisp or do something weird. Maybe they double into the. I mean, they could still just Earthquake with that Chomp, but like, let's see. Like if they Earthquake here, we're big sad. Yes. Okay. All right. All right. And are you Wisping or like Thunderbolting? Like, what are you doing? Overheat. Oh my gosh, that was such a risky turn for me. I had to do it. I had to. All right, and so in this exact situation, we could KO that Rotom with Phantom Force if we were to hit it next turn, but I don't know if they're going to ever let me get away with that. So I think Darts is better with a body press into that slot. So Darts hits the Garchomp, kills Chomp, hits the Rotom, drops it well under half. Hopefully no Citrus, but it's probably Citrus, and then body press maybe takes it out. Okay. Citrus. Good play from our opponent. I mean, it's a correct item. It's a correct item. Remember, they crit us with an Earthquake through our defense boost. Maybe we'll get some luck here. Maybe we'll get something. Crit! Nah, it doesn't do it. Even a crit wouldn't have done it. Overheating that slot. That means the Rotom's low-key useless. Note that we still haven't Terra'd. I don't think a Terra would have done anything for us in that situation either. They're going to come in with the T-Tar, which, like, I think this is last turn, Sandstorm next turn. So, like, I'm not going to lie, like, Dragon Darts here plus Thunderbolt would take out that T-Tar. So it should be anything else. Our Pult doesn't have Protect, so we can't go, like, Discharge plays unless we want to KO our Pult. Wait, we can go Phantom Force Discharge. We can also just Hurricane the Amoonguss. Like, let's think about that. They're just gonna go Rage Powder. Fairy can't avoid. No Goggles. We have Infiltrator, but that doesn't work there. you darts here, and I think the right play is to just try and Hurricane out. They're just going to Rage Powder, though. At least we'll be able to get this off the board. Oh my gosh, they didn't do it. Alright, so they just let this game. They messed up. Hey, I don't know why they sent movies out. You should have sent out the T-Tar, I think. But, like, as long as we hit this, we're good. As long as we hit this, that breaks Sash, so we should be able to get the KO here once they're Koba. Are they Sporing? Yeah, that was not the play, my guy. That was not it. That was not the sauce. And here we go. I don't think they're Scarf T-Tar. I don't think that they are. We regained board state in a disadvantageous situation. And Dragon Darts again. And this time we just T-Bolt. We're going to double dip that T-Bolt just because I want it. That's fine, I want it. Let's go. And we just take those. Might as well just get the flex, Terra. Like I said, I don't think that they're, I don't think they were Scarf T-Tar. And even if they were Scarf T-Tar and I wasn't paying attention, I don't know if they can even catch any of these mons. T-Tar is a 61 base speed, but we're like speed boosting nature on these guys. So what do you got? Dragon Darts? Yeah, you're not catching us. Big damage. And he's like, it's fine, I'm T-Tar. But I already know that you use your Citrus Berry, so you can't have two. So there we go. And the Thunderbolt from downtown. First time you're ever going to see a bird beat a T-Tar. Well, an electric bird beat a T-Tar. So we'll take those wins. Man, this team has so many cool things. I really think, though, that if we were to go take a look at fixing some of the moves, maybe cleaning up some of the EVs, we can make this team really, really shine. So that's what we're going to go work on right now. All right, so the team played really, really well. I think that the Life Orb Pult is sick. I really like the Tinkaton set. The Kilowatt played amazingly, and the Iron Treads is very, very surprisingly good. I was very surprised by how well this thing performed. What we're doing right now is taking a look at some of the EVs and maybe cleaning up just a little bit of them. I think I found a couple situations where the EVs could be optimized just a little bit, so that's what we're going to be taking a look at right now. I'm going to go right into here, right here. Professional streamer extraordinaire. And then I take and I move my webcam. Look at this. Most people would have slides for this stuff. I do not. So we're taking a look at some of these things. You can see EVs like this, 46 don't really get us anything. 46 don't really get us anything. I'm pretty sure what they were doing is 44 is what they were trying to do. And realistically, 44 does get something. But in the small situation where we're using Pult and we're trying to clean up these EVs, normally something like this would be fine. But I would say Pult has like such a higher base HP than its respective defenses. We want to think like what actually beats Pult, what attacks is Pult going to have to eat? And the answer to that question, in my opinion, is going to be something like a Dragon Claw from Garchomp. So let's plug in Dragon Bolt. If I can type this up, Drake is, oh, there's so many things that start like this. Dragon Bolt. Here we go. And you can also like look up stats on like Pokemon Home and Pikalytics to see like what Pokemon KO them, what Pokemon they're commonly paired with, stuff like that. Let's plug in Garchomp over here. And we're going to find situations where how much damage Dragon Claw actually does to Pult. So let's plug in Dragon Claw here. So Dragon Claw. You see it does a lot uninvested. If we put full investment here, it does 106 to 126 with that Dragon Claw from a Jolly Chomp, right? So our Pult has 44, right? And it has 4. So our Pult's still going to go down every single time. Now, you can flip that a little bit. What if you want like 44 and 4 there? We'd still die, right? But what if we went in situations where we went just 52 here? We might be able to live, right? So in those situations, like you might be able to sometimes find something where you can live. Now, we are going to get KO'd by this Dragon Claw basically every single time, so maybe it's not worth calculating that Dragon Claw. Let's go find a couple other Pokemon. Let's look at Iron Bundle, because we have about 50 points to work with. So we might be able to find some situation where we can live where we normally wouldn't be able to live. All right, so let's plug in a bundle, set it to 50, and let's give it Freeze Dry. So Freeze Dry, it doesn't KO Pult 100% of the time if they're timid, which they never really are. And so realistically, we could just put like 52 points into that and make it so we never might be able to die. Maybe if we do something like that, Or maybe if, like, let's see, how many points do we exactly have? Because we can take some out of attack, too, if we had to. I like that they're ending this with 6-9, so they take 1 less damage from orb every time. That's really, really important. Like, I understand, like, that's the reason why they did it, but, like, maybe that's a better reason. Maybe they should just leave it like that. Like, it's so well. It already doesn't die. You know, I'll just leave your Pult like that. Your Pult's fine. I like the Sucker Punch. I wish you had room for Protect, but Sucker Punch is nice. I don't really agree with the Fairy Terra, but if it's working for you, keep it. It's cool. Another thing is, like, Infiltrator. While Clear Body is way better, you should use Clear Body. Infiltrator worked in that game against Grim with a screen, so if it's working for you, you're not playing Open Team Sheet. On Open Team Sheet, this would be very bad. So if you don't plan on playing Open Team Sheet, keep the Infiltrator. Otherwise, Clear Body is much better. I think it's fine. The reason why they kept this at 44 here on the orb is so you take 1 less point of every single life orb tick that you take, so it kind of makes sense to keep it like this. I have no real issues with it, so let's just move on to the next mon. Mousehole, Protect, Beat Up, Super Fang, Follow Me. This is a good set, but I think there's a couple changes you might be able to make. And the biggest one, I think you don't want to use Covert Cloak here. You want Safety Goggles here. And the Safety Goggles is so you can redirect Amoonguss, right? You just redirect those spores every single time, so your Annihilate never has to care. I think it's much better than the Covert Cloak on Mousehold. And you could realistically change this Terra type to whatever you want, but this makes it so you're avoiding Fake Out by being able to Ghost Terra, so that means you don't really need Covert Cloak. And then Safety Goggles allows you to, you know, get around Spore. You can still beat up through Amoongusses that way. If they want to go Rage Powder to stop your meeting up, you can still beat up through that. So Safety Goggles, really, really good item choice in that situation. Last thing you want to do is take these last 31 out of attack if you can, so you do less damage to your Annihilate. But other than that, good set. Tinkaton, Clear Amulet. Man, this thing hits like a truck. And it's pretty fast, but you don't need to be that fast. What you want to do with this Pokemon is actually go take a look at some of the other popular mons in the format and see just how much speed you do need. Because Tinkaton's like a 94, right? So we're right here, which means outspeeding these doesn't really get us anything because these Pokemon don't see play. You always want to outspeed Annihilate, I would say. Outspeeding Annihilate's pretty important because you usually go Fire Terror as well. So if we were to plug this thing in over here, let's plug in Annihilate. There, set it to 50, and this is what a full speed Jolly Annihilate looks like. So 156, we want to get to 157, I would say. 157, and you can do that by taking some points out. So right there, 228, which means we have a little bit more points to mess with, and because Tinkaton has pretty good stat averages over here, I just put 4 and 20. Slight optimization, very, very slight, but this Tinkaton does a lot of things right. A lot of people don't realize they should be running Protect on this thing. They should be playing it more like a Gothitelle, and less like a Mawile. That's how this thing should be played, and it's a good set. I like it a lot. Annihilate, you move your stats around pretty well. The one thing that I think is a little bit weird is we have 150 here, but we don't have any ways to get +1 speeds off this team. So yeah, this would go to 225. But we don't really have that. We have Tailwind, which means we do not need this much speed, like, at all, like, in any situations. I understand this probably outspeeds Goldango, right? This is probably what that's for. Let me just check. Goldango is a Pokemon you would want to outspeed, so if that's the whole point, go ahead and keep it. But I think you also already outspeed Goldango by, like, 1 or 2 points. So plug in a Goldango. $149. So it's outspeeding Goldango by 1 point. If that was your goal, keep at it. I think you're doing okay. But I don't think you need that much. Realistically, I would take a lot of these points and put them in Spadef and just soak the damage from the Goldango. But to each their own. I think this team likes to hit really hard and fast. And so being able to just come out in a much faster speed than they would expect is pretty good. So I think this can work. If that's your whole point, stick with it. It works. Kill a lot. I don't think that you need to be full speed either. If we take a look at some other mons you want to outspeed, sort this by speed over here, you can see that, like, you're outspeeding all these mons already. You're outspeeding Cyclozar. You're outspeeding Masquerada. You're speed tying Weavile, and you still underspeed Talonflame. So it might seem really worth it on paper to outspeed Masquerada, but realistically, these Pokemon don't exist. You only really have to outspeed Roaring Moon, and that means you could take some of your points out. Also, you forgot to put one of your moves on it. Tailwind, Discharge, Hurricane. This was Thunderbolt, and what I'm going to say is this should just be Protect. You got to have Protect on your Tailwind setters. It's super important. I would also, realistically, I would change this to a different Terra type. I think there's so many situations where Ghost Terra could be very good here, so you can just avoid that Fake Out turn 1, keep your Sash, and just go all in, get as much as you want off. That's a good set there. And yeah, now you have to protect your teammate and Discharge, but everything other than Pult can protect, so you're pretty okay. But yeah, you could take probably 36 to 44 of these points out of speed if you wanted to and put them in bulk, but you don't really have to since you're Sash, so I would just keep it out as it is. There's nothing really wrong with 252 clubbing up your Sash mon, so good stuff. And last but not least, this guy. This guy is a really weird set where you're putting your nature into a stat that's much lower than something you're heavily investing in. So I'm sure that you're trying to get to 155, which is a good number to get to, but I'm telling you, you can probably get to it without your nature. 158. So we're going to take a little bit of this out. Let's find the exact number. 15204, 228 maybe? Man, I cannot type today. All right, is it 2? All right, cool. So 228 there, right? And this number up here was 171. We're gonna be able to make this higher. 172. So by putting our nature into a better stat, we were able to find a way to get more points. And yeah, we're able to find a way, basically a 10% boost to a 120 base is higher than a 10% boost to a 106. So by moving our nature around, we still hit the same seed number, but we're able to get one more point out of the defense. So pretty good stuff. And the rest of the stats are already spread around really well. I really like the Ice Spinner. I like the Body Press, EQ. This mon's really cool, and I'm happy that you used it. I think it's very underrated, and I like the Fire Tear too to be able to avoid Wisp. It's really good. But this is another example of why we do these little team fixing streams, or videos. This team is really, really cool, really, really unique, really, really good on paper. And we found ways to slightly optimize it. We found a way to get one more point there. We confirmed what this thing did and talked about it in multiple games, that Protect would elongate this Pokemon's presence on the board and give it a lot more value with Tailwind. Annihilape's fine. We talked about exactly why they have this much speed, I'm assuming. Tinkaton, relatively same situation. We found a way to make it just a little bit more optimized. Another thing you could also do is take away its item and give it Mold Breaker, or give it we could give it Own Tempo to be able to make it immune to Intimidate, and then make it so, let's see, we could put lefties here. I would do something like this. Own Tempo, I don't really think you need the Mold Breaker because it's good, but I'm not a big fan of Mold Breaker on Tinkaton, in my personal opinion, unless you're using Thunder Wave to be able to Thunder Wave Goldangos, but it still is good for breaking Unaware Mons and stuff. But this is a really cool set too because it elongates Tinkaton's presence on the board, makes it play a lot more like a Gothitelle. Mousehold's absolutely fine, but we found a way to give it a better item to help it not only have a better defensive item, but more offensive capabilities, being able to beat up through Rage Powders on a Mimicine or Annihilape. And last but not least, Pult was pretty cool. We went through finding a couple of situations where it might have been more effective to put those HP EVs into something else, but realistically, they had it right the whole time because, again, they made the team really, really well. So hopefully you like these changes. We're going to go play a game with the team and see how it does after these changes. So let's hop right in. All right, pretty standard team. We're going to see a little bit of Wolf's Perish Trap team. And let's see, what do we want to do against this? I do think that, we can have a faster fake out if we lead Tinkaton. Kilowatt's a really, really good lead versus that board. I'm a big fan of it, personally. I think Pult's also a great lead against most Perish boards because they basically have to go so passive and set up all the Perish. We can just U-turn out or hard switch out because we're a Ghost. It's a really, really good play. We can also go Ghost Terror here and hard switch out. So we could play a board state that pivots correctly. I think that's probably the right play. That means realistically... That's fine. We go Tinkaton, Pult. Then we bring Kilowatt and Trez. Trez is still super good in this matchup, I think, for that AoE damage. So they want to, pivot out the Palafin. And I think that that's fine, because, I think what we do here is you just fake out into that spot, and you nuke that spot, because I don't care about your Palafin. Don't care. You have to hard switch it too. It shouldn't have flip turn. I don't think Wolf used flip turn. And this is the same team. Yeah, hard switches in the Arcanine. This is where a clear, a clear body would have been great. Clear body would have been pretty good. All right, and that thing might go down next turn. They haven't got up the Perish yet. So I wonder what they were actually even trying to do. Let's see. We could Protect here, or we could just double into that slot, and I'm fine with that. What are you going to do, Wisp? I don't really care. It can't Protect, so we just break the Protect if they want to go for it. So we're in a really, really good spot. Worst case scenario, we get Wisp on one of these. I don't think that's the end of the world. Because we still have good mons. We still have Sash Kilowatt. Dude, they just went for the Rock player up, dude. Not bad, not bad. And they should be going down here. Even if they get the Wisp. Yeah, we're faster than Arcanines anyways. Value. Nice Wisp, bro. So we don't have to care about this at all. The fact that he actually didn't hit our pulse pretty nice. I think he just pivot out. You're going to go Palafin. Let's see. What do we want to do versus that? This is where if I had Protect, I'd probably use it. We're going to rebring out our Burned Mon here. So we're going to come and get the defense boost. They're probably hitting the Pult, right? They might just go after the big after the Pult. That's fine. So U-Turn's going to do some damage. I don't know why they disappeared, but we get to bring back in the Tinkaton who's burned. Soak a second one and go for like a fake out into that slot and something else. Flare Blitz. Ooh, wow. Weird. Surprised they Flare Blitz that slot after burning it. You'd think they would have went into the other slot, but that's fine. We can probably, in this exact situation, get away with just clicking Earthquake and faking out. So you fake out here, and then, like, we don't really care about your Arcanine. Your Gothitelle is absolutely fine, too. Good Protect there. We're going to have to hit our own Tinkaton, but this is going to set up a situation where we can bring out the Kilowatt and go for, like, a, what you're going to see. Here we go. I don't think there's anything wrong with double Protect, and then next turn, EQ Discharge. The golden oldie. The value of Protect. That's a #1 thing. Hey, good play from our opponent. Let's see if they're Trick Rooming here. No way. They're fake outing. They're fake outing something, yeah. Awesome. So EQ Discharge should be able to get it. And we can't switch. Thinking if I want to Terastallize. No, I can't Terastallize anything. EQ Discharge is fine. Hopefully we still have enough damage to get that Arcanine. Paralyzed on Goth, we take those. Citrus, okay, okay. Taking that Arcanine, please. Alrighty then. Heal Pulse. See, I had to get that Arcanine off the board, dude. Tusk, or Tread's busted. And you could totally go into the slot. I think it's fine. EQ again. Discharge again. They're going to Protect. They're going to try and break Sash here. And we'll see if they have enough damage. They might not. Oh, we get the crit! They do not! And that's going to be game. That's value. Absolute value. Yo, regional world championship difference team. Absolutely bodied by, yo, Kilowatt's so busted. This team's really, really cool. I think this team's cool. I think you guys should submit more teams. Remember, you guys can submit teams right here on the Patreon page. Everyone that is a part of the Patreon can submit teams. Even the lowest tier, even the $2 tier, can submit teams. I love seeing how in-depth everyone is, telling me the roles of their Pokemon. This is an exercise for you guys as well, getting you guys to realize why you even want to use these things. Again, this team was submitted by, let's see, we got a lot of teams here. This team was submitted by Chris Corrigan, and I loved it. Like, I loved fighting instant tournament. This is the team that got that triple Protect with Annihilate, and I love that they went so in-depth about every single one of these Pokemon's roles. And I just want to say thank you to them for submitting the team. So if you guys have a team you want me to take a look at, think about checking out the Patreon. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.